Hello everyone. Just doing another review of some of the changes and updates and modifications I've made to the Losi aftershock. A lot of the videos are up. You can kind of see the video from when it first started, from when the truck was running the Giant Claws tires and really wasn't doing anything else. Well, this is pretty much the original truck, and what I did was I did the 454 conversion, and basically I was breaking parts left and right. I wanted the truck to be an aftershock. I didn't want to change it from an aftershock. But the problem was I tried every small modification I could do, but the hubs couldn't take it, the axles couldn't take it. I was rounding out wheels in the back, completely just blowing the hexes out. So one of the quick solutions I made was to try to do the RB Logics aluminum 14mm hexes. It lasted for a little bit, but still, when the truck, every time it accelerates, it wants to pull the front end up, it shreds the back tires. And I was changing the wheels out. At least, I'd probably say I would get about a week out of it of hard use. So anyway, some of the changes I made, I wanted to start from scratch. I wanted a new plate. So what I did is I went on eBay and I found an aftershock that was only used twice and was in very good condition. The only problem was it had a blown engine, which I didn't care. So basically, this is what I came up with. This was my solution for the aftershock that I put the 454 in. Just hang on one second, I'll show you the truck. This is what we started with, and this is what it has become. Basically, as much as I hate to say it, it is no longer an aftershock. It is officially an lst2. What I did was I bought the LST performance package, changed it to 20mm hubs. The knuckles are much bigger. It's one-piece rear knuckles. The control arms are much beefier, much thicker. And what I did, because of the 454, I eliminated the high and low tranny because it was completely obsolete. And I put in what I would say is the XXL tranny. So we'll show you the comparisons. So now this one actually has the XXL tranny. So what I've nicknamed this truck, I don't want to call it an LST2. Nothing against the LST2, but I just want the aftershock name. So I've nicknamed this truck the Shock XL because I'm kind of running like a mini XXL theme. We got the XXL wheels and tires, obviously the engine from the XXL tranny, and I also updated the 2-speed to the heavy-duty 2-speed that comes in the LST2, and also the XXL. So I just wanted to kind of do an update before I took this thing out and bashed it, because right now it actually looks really pretty, and I'm actually a little leery about going out and beating it, but I will, because that was the whole purpose of doing this swap. Also upgraded the differentials. I mean, everything on this truck is updated. Like I said, it is no longer an aftershock. It is an LST2. But like I said, I call it the Shock XL. The last and only modification I will do to this truck, because the engine is rather thirsty, I will upgrade to the 220cc fuel tank, because I only get about 4 or 5 minutes of runtime if I'm really beating on this thing, because this thing sucks the fuel dry, whereas this one just has the Mach 26, and yes, technically, in theory, this is kind of, I guess you can call it an LST, because I do have the LST forward and reverse tranny with high and low, and even though that's just a Mach 26, it is the Mach 26 out of the LST. I had one on eBay for about, I think it was 15 bucks, and it runs fantastic. So it's kind of cool to see the two trucks side by side and what they do, so you can see the comparison the aftershock versus the Shock XL. It is a complete difference in what these trucks can do. They're both a blast, and honestly, as much as it's weird to say, I actually enjoy driving the aftershock, the stock aftershock versus the beefed up one. Now this one is great and it's fun, but you always got to keep your eye on it. You always got to be in constant check, because when it accelerates, it wants to go, and it's always pulling the front end up. So stopping it is, well, sometimes you like to go over. People who have LSTs and LST2 and all the other LST series from Losi know that the brakes are neither on or off. There's really like no in between unless you do the performance pads. So when you hit the brakes, it's going ass over tea kettle, which it does quite often. But basically, this is the upgrade. This is what I have come up with, because basically I was tired of upgrading parts, fixing parts. There was no fun. Every time you ran it, you broke something. It was like, it sucked. Replacing wheels, blowing out CV joints. It was fun to see it explode, but at the same point, it's like, so just to show a comparison, you can see these are the old ones of what the aftershock comes with versus, you can see much beefier knuckles, and also in the back you compare them. One of the things that I like for a little more durability, excuse the camera, is technically, if you want it technical, there are some people who have there's a video of a raminator of someone who put rear steering in. I don't think I would ever put rear steering because it steers fine, but with the LST, you have one piece rear control arms. Much stronger, much beefier. But overall, like I said, I don't want to call this an LST2. Again, nothing against LST2s. It's a fantastic truck. I've always had the aftershock, and that's why we're going to nickname this the Shock XL. So hopefully, as soon as the weather starts cooperating a little more, I will go out and run this, and hopefully, get some runtime under it and see how this whole upgrade is going to perform. Now, in the theory, yes, I was thinking about it. I could have easily purchased the XXL for what I've put into this truck. Even though I did get the truck on eBay for a fantastic price. Under $100, I can tell you that. It was ready to go with a blown engine. But I don't know. The only thing I don't like about the XXL is the extended wheelbase. Now, it's a great thing because it keeps the front end planted, but at the same point, it limits your body usage. So I've been kind of tinkering back and forth about doing the XXL swap to lengthen the wheelbase to 15 inches. It's something that I've been picking at because, again, as much fun it is to pull wheelies and things like that, when it comes time that you just want to run, you just can't. Sometimes pulling the front end up isn't that fun because, there will be times, there's people who have the 454 and the Losis, the Axial 28, or the Axial 32, the Axial 30, the LRP 28, the LRP 30, and they're all ripping the front end up, but as cool as it is and as fun as it is, sometimes you're just going like, half throttle and you want to go and you peg the throttle and it'll just lift the front end up, and before you know it, you're upside down because for whatever reason, call me, I don't know why, I refuse to run a wheelie bar on the truck. I did for a little bit, but it just gets in the way. But it's kind of cool to see the comparison. I'm going to try to do a video of the truck going side by side so you can see the changes in acceleration, the changes in top speed, just the overall theme of the truck and how it is. But basically, this is, as far as I'm going to go with the aftershocks, this one I'm going to keep bone stock to weld it, the stock pipe, stock engine, tranny, everything is going to remain stock in this truck. And this truck is just, even though technically it is a stock lst2 in theory, or you can consider it a heavily modified aftershocks. Like, again, the updates to this thing are obviously the wheels, the LST performance kit, the heavy duty differentials front and rear, the 454 engine, the heavy duty 2-speed tranny. I also have the XXL aluminum clutch shoes. What else? The XXL tranny, the aluminum shocks, the Losi sway bars. Pretty much every performance part from Losi has been installed into this truck. I don't want to go into the aluminum control arms and stuff like that. I do want a weak link. The only thing I do like about the slipper clutches, excuse me, the new 2-speed, it is beefier, it is stronger, but in the same theory, if you break a gear, the gears are actually cheaper because you don't have to buy the whole 2-speed housing that comes with the original aftershock gear. So we'll see how this holds up. I mean, again, I was in the theory, in the back burner about doing the conversion, but now that I have done the conversion, I am very happy. So this is the first video of the truck after the upgrade. So the next video will show this truck in action. It'll show the strength, and after I get a couple runs under it, I will do another video to show everybody if it's worth doing the upgrade to your aftershock to do it. And from what I can see, from the strength of the parts, from the size, everything's aluminum on the hubs, and there's no more plastic. I think it's going to be a very good conversion. So with that said, the next video will be running, and we'll see how this is going to hold up. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye.